Okay, also in this section, students need to be able to round their answers correct to a number of decimal places or significant figures. Starting with rounding to decimal places, focusing on one decimal place to start. To round to one decimal place, you need to look at the second decimal place of the number, as this is going to impact on rounding up or down in your final answer. In that first one, where there is a 7 in the second decimal place, if the second decimal place is 5 or more, you round up. So our answer will become 14.3. In the second example, in the second decimal place is only a 2. This isn't enough to make us round up because it's not 5 or more. So instead of rounding up, it will stay as it is, as 3.9. Similarly, as I look at the second decimal place here with back to a 7, 13.8, and this with a 9 make me round up from 5.0 to 5.1. Second decimal place is a 0. It doesn't matter that the next one over is a 7. I still only round to 3.0. It doesn't matter the number is in the hundreds, 363. I still focus on that second decimal place. It's not going to make me change, so 363.9. And the very last one, 72.97. That 7 is going to make me round up. 72.9 rounded up will become 73.0. When we're looking at two decimal place numbers, it's the third decimal place that's going to make the decision. So as I look at these numbers, I'm going to be circling the third decimal place. 5 or more, I'm going to be rounding up. 14.28 is the last digit there that will take the rounding. A 1 makes me stay as I am, 3.92. Third decimal place, 13.77. Third decimal place, 5.09. Third decimal place, that 7 is significant enough to make me round up. 3.00 becomes 3.01. Third decimal place, 363.92, and the very last one, 72.97. One decimal place or two decimal places will be stipulated in a question, and you need to remember the 5 or more, 4 or less. Significant figures works in a slightly different way, and students in Year 8 and Year 9 should be used to seeing these in a maths lesson. Significant figures depends on place value, so it's not dependent on decimal places. If we're looking to round to one significant figure, it's the first non-significant place value holder in an answer. So for this first one, I'd actually be rounding to the nearest 100, because that's the first placeholder. So this to the nearest 100, regardless of the rest of it, the 70 tells me that it's closest to 400. This time the first significant figure is in the tens, so I'm now rounding to the nearest 10. 67.4 becomes 70. You're still looking for 5 or more or 4 or less, but this time it could be in the tens column, the units column, the tenths. It all depends on place value. This one's to the nearest whole number, so the 9 there in the first digits of the decimal places tells me I'm going to be rounding up to 5. Staying with the whole numbers, 2. One significant figure will always look at the very first digit. In the tens column, nearest 10. In the tens column, nearest 10. But as you move into the decimal places, these placeholders 0.000 are what we call non-significant. So the first significant figure is actually the 3. The 0 is just there as place values. It's after the first significant figure that everything starts to count. I would round up to 4. And one significant figure again, the 0.0 won't count, and I would round down to 4. If you're allowed two significant figures, we look at the second place value, and there's where we decide on our rounding. So if I'm allowed to this digit, that's going to be to the tens column. So to the nearest 10, 380. The units column, nearest whole number, 67. One decimal place column actually turns out to be 5.0. One decimal place column, 2.1. Although all those answers are different sizes, they've all been rounded to two significant figures. Significant figures doesn't have a set number of digits other than only two of the digits will be non-zero. Second significant place, nearest whole number, 47. Second significant place, nearest whole number, 67. Second significant place, this number is already to two significant figures, 0037, no rounding necessary. Second significant place, 0.042, because that 6 will make you round up.